Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show. Hope you guys are ready for the weekend. I most certainly am not. But, anyways, as you can see from the thumbnail and the title, I'm going to talk about this book here. I just finished going through it just a little while ago. Some good things, some things I'm not, thrilled about, but no book's perfect. But, Joseph, nice work, nonetheless. Right off the bat, most of you guys saw Joseph Monday morning, but for those of you who didn't watch the whole video or any of it and would like a shorter review of this particular part of the game, it's basically your Game Master's guide, your DMG, put together really nice, great paper, really classy design all the way through. It's got the bookmark. It's about 279, 280 pages. It feels like a lot more, but because the pages are really thick and glossy and heavy, it feels like there's a lot more pages in it. For the most part, it's everything you'd expect from a DMG. Some new custom classes, multi-classing options. Right off the bat, the main thing this game gets right or does great is tell you all the things that none of the other books told us back in the day. This is really, one of the better GM guides. I have not read 3rd, 4th, 5th, Pathfinder, some of the bigger names, so I don't know what went on there, so I have no idea if they did the same thing. I'll never know because I'm never going to read any of those products, but it's got all the Game Master toolbox, hints, tips, things that you would expect and absolutely need, even some of the things that you got to watch out for: cheating, murder hobos, mistakes, retcons, saying no, winning and losing, all that stuff. A nice chapter on creating content. Again, this is like the perfect book or system for somebody new who's got a decent education but wants to play this game or play a role-playing game and really wants to know how to do it well. This would be possibly up your alley, especially because of the low magic setting. There's not as much to worry about in the way of the players breaking your game. Everything is at a magic level much lower than I play in normally, but you never know. I'm working on a game system or a campaign right now where I'm trying to limit the magic to see if I can do it. Sorry, guys, and the heat, and that I'm not so reliant on that for moving things along. But I don't think that's really a problem I have. But I am trying to challenge myself. Another chapter here on game mastering advice, the alignments, the various systems of alignments, and like I was saying in the Monday video, this book and the whole system does a great job at showing you 3 examples or 3 ways you can do the things you might want to do. The easy, the normal, and the hard, difficulty settings. And I find that to be very refreshing. Most games either try to go in, insane mode, or it's, just too easy. depending on the system. But I like the idea that you could run it in any way, and that it could actually grow with you and your players if they start getting the hang of it and start doing well, and they want more of a challenge. You could say, hey, can I, you mind if I bump this up to normal or insane mode? It talks about all the conditions and how to handle them, things like illusions and invisibility. Chewie, what are you doing? It also covers other things, dying, undeath, becoming a lycanthrope, a vampire, blindness, and all the things, wishes. They're never going to be a magic item or a spell that the player gets in the game, but they may come across or get one, but it's not going to be like in the player's control, like with the wish spell. The system, proficiencies, acquiring them, challenges, difficulties, then dungeon delving, exploring, drowning and suffocation, hunger and thirst, and all the conditions that you could undergo or be subjected to that weren't always like in a lot of the games I play. They're in different books or different supplements, and they're afterthoughts. This is well put together. It has them all right where you need them. Poisons, diseases, secret doors, traps, and a lot of interesting things in the way of traps and diseases, as well as the alchemical recipes and devices and gadgets. I like the strike anywhere matches and the glow sticks that he wrote up and put in here. There's some NPCs in here for simplifying and just making everything one of, I think there's like 6 or 8 different types of NPCs, and everybody falls into one of those. A huge chapter on henchmen, retainers, followers, things like that, but nowhere does it really go into the things that the domain play, building a fortress, a castle, things like that. If it did, I must have missed it. Then experience points. I really think this is one of the better experience points systems, where it gives you, it breaks it down. Everybody needs like this much XP for like this level, so first level challenges should have first level XP rewards, so that roughly you're going to be playing, like, I think it between 4 and 10 sessions, depending on how long your sessions are, to go up a level all the way through. Something you can count on, something you can kind of predict and prepare for, so that those characters, or those players that are build characters, that have played some of the later games, that expect things, kind of I think caters a little to them, but giving you solid amounts depending on both XP and treasure, whether you're running a stingy game, a meager game, a typical game, generous game, or a lavish game, and depending on where they are in their careers, those can fluctuate. So cool, but at least it's better codified. It's not so much based on treasure, monsters, kills, things like that. It's on the challenges themselves. And here we get to the part that I'm not really thrilled with. The magic items, the money and the treasure, that's fantastic. Gems, jewelry, coins, masterwork goods and works of art and things like that you might find who knows where. But unfortunately, the magic items, before that, the alchemical goods, there's some really cool ideas there. A lot of things there that would actually be really that I'm probably going to borrow from, at least until the Arduin ones are codified, for allowing low-level characters to have access to things, like we were talking about, the acid and things like that to, you know, simple solutions that don't require a heavy-handed magical solution. But the magic items are a little, if not a lot, on the weak side. I am used to and accustomed to magic items ranging from AD&D first, second edition, and Arduin, which are all, you know, as you all know, some of the more powerful and lenient and extravagant magic items out there. You will not find a Staff of the Magi or even a Staff of Power. The weapon pluses and abilities, all very much lower in effect and power. The wands and rods and staves and things like that. The rules for what will stack and what won't stack are a little more strict when it comes to, you know, getting armor class and bonuses and protections. But I do like, for example, the potions. There are multiple types of the same potion. You know, like a low, medium, and, you know, high level version of each potion, along with a lot of the other magic items, so that, you know, you can tweak them a little. But even the high level are not what I did, pale in comparison to the stuff I Monty Hall to my players. But that's, you know, that's my style. You guys, if you're looking for something that's not so gonzo, not so high powered, this might be the best game you've come across. I can see how his approach, that being Joseph, of course, would be more up certain people's alleys who are tired of, you know, too much magic, too powerful of magic, things like that. Okay, cool. Me personally, I'm okay if first level characters start out with a you know, Staff of the Magic. I'm okay with that. It would be something completely different than the mud sword, freaking keeping you poor kind of games that they take up the bulk of the hobby. But everything is done really well, and it all makes sense. It's just, you know, not as gonzo, not as high powered. Not saying that you won't find a lot, or, you know, of it, or you won't find your fair share, because that's entirely up to your GM. No set of percentage tables are ever gonna, you know, really matter when it comes to how much your GM hands out, because we all know there's GMs that go, oh no, you can't have that, but you rolled it. It's too powerful, you can't have it. Will never come out of my mouth. I will never say that. But there's a lot more variance in the way of armors and weapons, and like the weapon qualities we were talking about Monday, armor can have qualities and traits and things like that. So in a way, they might be, you know, more than just lightweight and +3. So that's kind of cool and innovative. But you're not going to find, you know, or at least I didn't see anything for like intelligent weapons and teleport items and things like that. The miscellaneous magic items, a lot of them are taken right from AD&D, but, you know, it's kind of, you know, what are you going to call a bow to fold it, right? I mean, however, his is actually kind of cool in that there's one version that's way bigger than the one you're likely to find, which really made me happy, because that's one of my favorite magic items of all time. But that pretty much rounds out the book. And well, there is a thing on magic trinkets, which would be like almost like cantrip magic items, really low powered magic items, lower than what was previously discussed. And then of course there's a nice section of you know, your tables that you need to find in the appendix, fortune points, fate points, things like that, and what do you call it here? I got glossary of common terms, so you can look them up, or at least of conditions, so that if something does something, you can quickly look it up. Random tables to determine contents and colors and all that good stuff. And that pretty much does it. It's like I said, I'm glad I got it. I learned a lot of things that I'm going to borrow, Joe, but you know, everybody's different. If any of these things sound intriguing or like something you guys would be interested in, the PDF's available on drive-thru, I believe, and as soon as I know when and where to get the hardcovers, I'll let you guys know. I already know at least like half a dozen people have approached me saying, hey, when can I get the hardcovers? I hope it'll be soon, and I hope you guys enjoy the heck out of this. Let me know. And Joseph, whenever you want to come on back to the show and clarify any mistakes I've made, or you know, tell us, you know, why you did things, or just hang out, you got a welcome invitation. Everybody else, I will see you in about 45 minutes for second breakfast. It's Friday. Let's get the weekend started. Until then, folks, have a great day. Love you guys, and as always, happy trails.